Tri-County Electric, owned and operated by those we serve.
Welcome back to Monroe Monday. On this Monday, June the 6th, we have with us Monica Edwards, the William B. Harlan Memorial Library. And she contacted me this weekend and wanted a few minutes on Monroe Monday because she said she had some exciting news.
Yes, I do. We are so blessed. We had a grant that we're able to have Candace Taylor. She is the author of The Overground Railroad, the African American travels in the United States from 1930 to 1967. And we had a book discussion group that came through, and it was for the American Libraries Transforming Communities conversation. And we had a really strong book discussion group that Terry was a part of. And I'll ask her in a couple of seconds to give her opinion of it. But we were blessed with a grant. They gave us permission to have Candace Taylor do a Zoom-in invitation with us, and she will be Zooming into the library tomorrow night to answer questions and have a discussion with folks at 6 p.m. You're welcome to come into the library, or if you need a Zoom invitation, just let me know. Contact the library at 270-487-5301, extension 1.
So most of that's going to be about the Underground Railroad?
Overground Railroad.
Overground.
The
Overground.
Have you ever heard of the Green Book? That was
Green eggs and ham.
yeah. So I was kind of mine too. But there was a Green Book that started being published in the 1930s and went up to almost the 1970s, and it was supposed to help African American travelers be able to go safely across the United States for vacations or to visit family, because there were unfortunately pockets across the country, not just in the South, but there were pockets across the country that was not safe for them to travel, especially at night, or especially during the day. There was something called sundown towns, and Candace did a lot of research on this because her stepfather let slip a story one time about the way he had to travel when he was younger and what his family had to do. And the person who created the Green Book was a gentleman who started out in Harlem, and he based it on some other books that he had seen, and it became so popular, and it was a huge asset to families. So Candace has done her research. She works with the Smithsonian, and we are very blessed to have her. She is a New York Times best-selling author, and this is a passion of hers. One of her projects that's coming up is to do more research about sundown towns. So we're just very blessed to have her. I think Terry might be able to. Can you share some of your ideas about what you thought of the grant?
Oh, I thought it was a wonderful book. It was a great read. It was very informative. I hadn't heard a lot of that. And it was really interesting to put yourself in their place and understand it. And the discussion, I started to say ladies, we had some men too.
We did, yeah.
It was a wonderful discussion. Just hearing different people's points of view and being able to talk about it, and all of us, everyone in the group basically said we didn't want it to end.
So we're continuing.
I bet
We're
it's
continuing.
Spellbounding.
It was really good, and we built some really strong bridges in the community now. So this is I've been doing Library World for a little over 22 years, and I have top 5 programs in my head, and this is going up there with one of the top 5. That we were really blessed to have this grant, and Candace is an excellent author. She does her research. Well, she works at Smithsonian, she'd have to do her research, but she's really good.
What is probably the biggest thing that you took away from that?
From the that there's a whole lot that goes on around in your community that you don't know because of what color you are, what denomination and religion you are, if you're female or male. Sometimes you just have to really, like my grandma said, put yourself in somebody's shoes and really focus on how their world impacts them so you can see.
We did, at the end of that book, we mapped out our own trip. And that showed us how to put ourselves in other people's shoes.
Across the United States?
Yes, but we had to follow the Green Book where we were allowed to go. And it was really neat. And some of us met up across the country coincidentally.
Uh-huh.
But it was just
thing, yeah. So it was a huge learning experience for everybody. Just things just from this region that we did not know. Well, there's a lot of laughter. There's a lot of tears. There's a lot of new friendships formed. It was a great experience. And so we're really, really blessed to have Candace coming tomorrow night at 6 p.m. virtually through Zoom.
And where's she located at?
She's in Harlem, New York City. Harlem. And She was intrigued by our offer, to say the least. So she's looking forward to this. I'm supposed to have a meeting with her, phone meeting with her this afternoon to go over some of the questions and the discussion that some of the group have shared that they would like to discuss. So we can take advantage of our full time that we have with her.
Anything else with the William B. Harlan Memorial Library?
We've started summer reading. There's, it's still time to register. We do have camps going on right now, but if you can't make the camps, we have all kinds of different activities and things planned that you can pick up an activity bag and still be a part of. Get a reading log. We have our job fair coming up on the 14th with the Kentucky Workforce. That's going to be at the library. We have several major industries coming in for that. Just call the library for more information. And then there's actually a pre-resume workshop Wednesday of this week on the 8th. Shannon, also the Kentucky Workforce, is coming in to help prep people, so they'll be able to walk right into some of these at the job fair to just hand over their resume and have really good outcome with attending the job fair. So just call the library and we'll give you more information.
All right. We appreciate you coming in. So
Thank you.
I know you probably need to get back to work. So,
I appreciate you letting us come. Thank you very much.
All right, so we'll take another break and we'll be right back with more Monroe Monday.
Thanks, guys.